What do you do when you've already booked the trip, but you don't want to go? I think most everyone's been in this position before, but maybe not. I certainly have, and you would think that that wasn't the case. I don't think it's any secret that I absolutely love to travel. I have a YouTube channel and a blog, and it's all got travel focus as part of it. But I would say the number one thing that works for me when I booked a trip and I don't want to go is to get in a darn car and just go. Um, there's no other way to do it than to just rip off the Band-Aid. I think there's definitely like a checklist that I do to make sure that everything is just okay and organized and sorted. So that way I can process whatever it is making me not want to go. And there's tons of reasons for it. I don't really know where this video is going to go, so this is going to be really interesting because there's so many angles with this. But the number one thing when you booked a trip and you don't want to go, just go. Short of some like dire feeling, if you've got a gut instinct that's telling you something bad's gonna happen and you don't want to go, then by all means choose not to go. I'm not telling you that you have to go and ignore that. But I think from a lot of times what happens is you book a trip and you're super excited, and then there's this influx, this pressure, all this stuff that's just piled up, and you're exhausted before you leave for your trip. I know I've experienced that many times, especially when I'm juggling a 9 to 5 and taking care of the house and making sure my kitty is going to be taken care of, my plant's going to be taken care of, making sure everything else in my personal life is taken care of. Work is still hovering over my shoulder. I think there's just a lot of things that put so much pressure on it, that you just suddenly decide you don't want to go. So much of it's a mental game. I talked about it in another video about like what I do the week before, and I didn't really, if I recall, I didn't really talk too much about the mental part of it. I talked a lot about the logistics part of it, which is a huge thing. I know for me, when I don't want to go on a trip, I really do make sure everything is taken care of. All my duckies are in a row, because it's just one less thing that I have to worry about when I've got all this other stuff already to worry about. But something I think a lot of people don't talk about is taking time for yourself mentally before you do leave for a trip. We have so many things in our day-to-day life that we carry. There's tons of people that want our attention, they want our time. It's not just your 9 to 5. Some people have a spouse or a partner, and they have kids, or they have pets that need them. There's family, your parents, your, I don't know, your aunts, your uncles, your siblings, or there's tons of things and people, like responsibilities. I should say responsibilities and people that want your time. Maybe you have a gardener and the gardener needs to be set up. Maybe you have a pest guy and the pest guy needs to get set up. There are just so many things that are drawing your attention away, and they're things that a lot of times you have to take care of before you go. I will say it has become so much easier to just pick up and leave in this connected world. I remember way back in the day, this sounds wild, but there were things that I used to do back in the day where, say before, like you could pay bills online. I remember going to the local gas office and putting a credit on my account, so that way I didn't have to worry about the bill that I was not going to be present for to write a check. Which I know checks, oh my gosh, sounds so archaic, but those are things that you used to have to do. And gosh, other things too, like putting a balance on your calling card before you left. I mean, things that were just so much easier to do when you were at home, because when you go overseas, this is back before the days of eSIMs. This was back when it was very, very expensive to connect your phone um, to service. This was back when internet and Wi-Fi were still not big things. I mean, does anybody remember internet cafes? That was still a thing. You had accommodations that may or may not have good internet. You didn't have free public internet out in the world. And by the way, if you're using free public internet, always run a VPN, and better yet, just don't use it. That could be a whole other video. I digress. But all I getting back to the point, they're all things that stack up and they make you tired, and then suddenly you just don't want to go. You're just so your energy is spent, and all you want to do is just sit on the couch and vegetate and stare at the wall. Been there, done that many times. I've had times where it was a flip side of things where I had been on the road so much that I didn't want to go. I had that happen a lot between, I guess, really between the end of 2024 and um, into mid to late 2025. If you haven't been around here and you don't know who I am, hello, hi, I'm Kaylin. My claim to fame is I've been to all 7 continents twice. The second time I did it was within 9 months. I say 9 months. The math actually, I think, technically brings it down to 7, but regardless, I did it within a year. And it was a lot. It was wonderful and magical, and I wouldn't change it. I would do it all again if I got the opportunity to do so. I hope I get the opportunity to do it again someday. But the reality was, I was tired. I was so, so tired and so spent. And there were a lot of outside influences on that as well. But there comes a point in time where even people who love to travel, they just want to be home. You don't want to be living out of a suitcase. You don't want to be away from your pets. Again, if you're new here, I have 2 kitties. You usually see them in the videos, and I know that's why everybody watches. It has nothing to do with me. Um, I digress again. All that to be said, like there just comes a point in time where you want to be home, and I personally had to hit that threshold. I just wanted to be home. I didn't want to be packing a suitcase again. I didn't want to deal with logistics. I didn't want to deal with everything that came along with it. I didn't want to be on plane again. I just wanted to be home, and um, the way I got past those, I just got my dang car. I just decided I was going. I decided that my future self would look back and be really upset with me if I didn't take the opportunity I had, because there's another video I've done about this. Now that my point came across well, so maybe don't go look it up. But I'm a big believer in the fact that every moment is a once in a lifetime moment, because you're never gonna get it again. Uh, you get one shot at this crazy silly thing called life, and you better take the opportunities when they come. You could make more money, you can't make more time. I say that to people all the time. And so all that to say, get in the dang car and go on go on a trip. I didn't expect this video to take such a serious turn, but yeah, I just think it's so important. It's like, yeah, there's sometimes you don't want to go. You've booked something, you're super excited, and it rolls around, and you just don't want to go. I have found the silver lining of this is every single time I have had this feeling and I have not wanted to go, once I arrive, I am so grateful I've gone. It's almost like your car ride, your train ride, your plane ride, your bus ride, or whatever your transportation of choice is. Maybe it's multiples of those. Almost like a time machine in a way. It really, and I should also throw ships in there. I don't know if anybody takes cruises. Um, it's almost like a time machine. It's like this transition period where you put your home life on pause, and then your travel life comes into focus, and you hit play, and you really do. You feel better once you arrived. I promise you that. I've been through it so many times. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling. It's wild. I think people don't talk about this because people look people see other people traveling, and they see it as a privilege, which it is. They see it, so glamorous, which sometimes it is. A lot of times I think they're envious. I think people wish, they could do that. And I do not like when people say, "Oh, I wish I could do what you do." You are more than capable of doing everything I do. Um, obviously I say that with, keeping in mind that some people do have disabilities that do prevent them from doing things. But the point that I'm trying to make is, if you want to travel, you will make that happen. Just make the decision, and it is amazing how everything just falls into place. So I was going somewhere with this. My mind just went in 100 different directions. Yeah, I was going somewhere with that, and now it's gone. And here we are. Awkward. By the way, I don't edit these. This is just me like riffing on a topic. Which is always kind of fun. So, hmm, if it comes back, it comes back. Yeah, just go. Just put the name ticket and go. And if you don't feel like going, well, guess what? Go anyway. I think I was talking about it, yeah, and the privilege of it. It is a privilege. No matter the trip, no matter the size, I don't care if it is a staycation and you are staying at the hotel a mile down the road. What a privilege to be able to step out of your day-to-day life for a moment. And I'm speaking to myself when I say this, but also you too, but no, this is my own pep talk. I don't care if you don't want to go, you're freaking going to the car. You're getting in the car, you're getting on the plane, you're getting on the train, and you're going. And someday when you're on your deathbed, you're gonna be very, very thankful to your past self for having done it. So, um, yeah, that took a very different turn than I had anticipated. Mm. So it'll be interesting to watch back, which I probably won't. See if it ages well. I don't really know. I have a ton of travel coming up. It's a little bit of a burden at the moment. I'm putting it all on the back burner. I don't want to deal with it, which is another reason that I probably am like, I'll be excited once I get there. But there's a lot of in between stuff that haven't done, which is hilarious as the project planner, project manager here of not only my life but what I do in my 9 to 5. And funny how decision fatigue kicks in. Maybe that could be another good video talking about decision fatigue. All let's say I'm gonna stop rambling because that's where this video is heading. And as always, excited to have you here. I've done a lot of work recently. I'm doing a lot more work, and I'm just hoping, just continuing to build and hoping that everybody loves it. And yeah, excited to have you here. Catch you on the next one.